Hello and a very warm welcome to St Mary's Stadium and the start of a new championship season, featuring here today two teams who weren't in this division last season. Host Southampton struggled badly in the Premier League, relegated last May, finishing bottom with a total of only 12 points. Well, in contrast, Wrexham were continuing their remarkable rise up the pyramid with a third consecutive promotion. Now just minutes away from their first match in England's second tier since 1982. Well, the atmosphere should be really special, with 3,000 Wrexham fans having made the journey. I'm sure the vast majority down from North Wales. It's a game that so many of their passionate fan base would not want to miss. What a ride it's been under their manager, Phil Parkinson. Back-to-back promotions, the first time that has been achieved by any team in the English Football League. Well, Wrexham have vowed to be competitive, and they've certainly been that in their success in recent years. Phil Parkinson saying just a short time ago that his team have not come here to sit back, soak up pressure. They'll be looking to get on the front foot. And Southampton are interesting look this season with a new manager in Will Still, who did such an excellent job in both France and Belgium. Just 32 years old still, and yet so much experience already. Took up coaching at the age of 17. And Southampton have put a lot of faith in his ability to get them back into the big time. Very little for these Southampton fans to chew on in such a miserable campaign last time out. Very nearly became the worst, statistically the worst team ever in Premier League history. They finished on 12 points, just one more than the record held by Derby County of just 11 points in a season. It's a new look, Wrexham. I can tell you, come to the team shortly enough, but they've got 6 of their 8 summer signings starting for Wrexham. Southampton have made some inroads into the summer market as well. Indeed, both these clubs will feel that their transfer business isn't finished, in or out, with 3 weeks left of the window, which doesn't shut until September the 1st. Cracking atmosphere, and everybody's ambition is high. Everyone starts on an equal footing. The curtain raisers of the championship season saw another fixture like this one between two teams, one coming down from the Premier League in Ipswich Town, one coming up from League One Birmingham. It finished 1-1 as Will Still, we saw in shot there, sits, and I'm sure he'll be feeling the butterflies in his first game in England. But here come the teams then. And having retained a number of the players who performed very well in the championship promotion 2 years ago, Southampton manager Will Still hoping to bring enthusiasm, extra energy to a club who struggled so much, as I said, last season. Just one of their summer signing starts, German defender Joshua Kouachi, brought in from Hoffenheim. Shea Charles and Adam Armstrong returned from successful championship loans last season. So as I mentioned, Wrexham field 6 of their 8 summer signings from the start. Goalkeeper Danny Ward, defenders Conor Cody and Liberato Kakache, midfielder Lewis O'Brien, and strikers Kiefer Moore and Josh Windass. Manager Phil Parkinson has brought experience at this level in the shape of Windass, who scored 13 championship goals for Sheffield Wednesday last season, and Welsh international Moore, who was very nearly promoted to the Premier League last time around with Sheffield United. Well, all eyes will be on Will Still, fascinating character, as well as being a football fanatic and a very successful manager. He played cricket for Belgium, where he was born to English parents. And here is Shea Charles, who'll be a key figure in the Southampton midfield. Spent the whole of last season on loan at Sheffield Wednesday, but over 20 caps for Northern Ireland already at the age of 21. Key player in the Saints' challenge to bounce straight back to the Premier League. Kiefer Moore, who so very nearly got back into the big time with Sheffield United. The Welsh international now playing for a Welsh club, and his experience at the age of 33 will be key to Wrexham's hopes of not only avoiding relegation. One or two have had them down to struggle at the bottom end. They want to be keep competing mid-table and higher under this man, Phil Parkinson. And what a fantastic job he has done in moulding the squad each season as they've won that historic back-to-back-to-back promotions in 3 successive seasons. But this is his toughest task, potentially, as he's brought in a number of new players now to compete at this level. Conor Cody, playing in the Premier League last season with Leicester City, another hugely experienced player brought into the Wrexham ranks. Referee for this one is James Bell. Our assistants Matthew Smith, Alex James. Fourth official Tom Neild. And the championship season is underway for Southampton and Wrexham. That, of course, would be a clash with their hosts. And certainly an early start for the 3,000 Wrexham fans. Journey of well over 400-mile round trip to this lunchtime kickoff, and finding a pocket of space here. Southampton, it's a retreating Wrexham defence, and Ryan Fraser unable to hit the target. But a worry for Wrexham, as Fraser found far too much room here. All the time in the world to turn and drive at that Wrexham back line. Ryan Fraser in his 3rd season at Southampton. And in goal for Wrexham, one of their 6 debutants from the start, Danny Ward. Charles. This is Kwashi, the new man from Hoffenheim. Now Ronnie Edwards. Could be a contrast in styles here today. Southampton will be a team under Will Still who will look to play a passing style, very much one that was favoured by Russell Martin, who was the man in charge at the start of last season when Southampton began life back in the Premier League again. Russell Martin stuck assiduously to that footballing style, particularly playing out from the back. Didn't really work. Premier League sides cottoned on to that very early. As a consequence, Southampton really struggled. But they'll play their football again. And as for Wrexham, they'll get the ball forward early as they possibly can. They look to get a lot of crosses into the penalty area, hence the signing of Kiefer Moore and Ryan Hardy, who's on the bench, former Plymouth striker. And in the opening 3 minutes, it's been Southampton and Will Still's side on the front foot. Promised he would bring that style here to St Mary's. The players have certainly been talking warmly since his arrival. Looks very much to have formed a strong bond with the Southampton players already still. Here's Kwashi. That's good steal, and Wrexham can get on the front foot here. Kiefer Moore linking with Windass. Throw in taken quickly by Wrexham. There's that first challenging ball into the middle. Kiefer Moore felt he was being held there. The referee not interested in that. It's a good challenge, was it? No, O'Brien is penalised. Claiming he got the ball, Lewis O'Brien. Referee James Bell disagreed. Kiefer Moore still arguing with the official about the contact in the penalty area here. Don't think there's enough in that. Ronnie Edwards was the Southampton defender. It was certainly a tussle. Both players had it, really. It's risky from Edwards, you would say. I think there would have had to have been more contact on Kiefer Moore to draw Wrexham a penalty. Here's Sugawara, the Japanese midfielder. O'Brien. Moore. It's a late one by Flynn Downs. The referee will have a quiet word. I don't think he'll issue a card for Flynn Downs. Referee James Bell, but he won't get away with another one like that. Forward by Cleworth. Kwashi, not the best of headers, but it found a teammate. Here's Sugawara, urged forward by the Southampton fans. It was a good challenge, real early clean challenge from Lewis Brunt at the back for Wrexham. As Kiefer Moore is fouled by Downs. Not as much in that challenge as his initial one. And it's been lively, as you would expect. On the first day of the season for these two. Lewis O'Brien, he'll be a key acquisition for Wrexham, I feel, this season. Summer signing from Nottingham Forest. Spent time away on loan last season from Forest, O'Brien, in the MLS with LAFC and spell at Swansea. Here's Dobson. Windass. Barnett has won the throw, corner rather, first corner of the game, goes to the visitors. Every possibility that Wrexham will be a real handful from set pieces this season. They've got a lot of height and presence in the side. Dobson has made his way forward, so too has Brunt. They've worked it short, back to Windass. Excellent ball in and over the top, real big opportunity for Connor Cody on his Wrexham debut. A grimace from Cody, he really should score here. They work it well with a short corner, brilliant cross here from Windass. And Cody from point-blank range couldn't keep the volley down. Wonderful chance. After Southampton's strong opening 3 minutes, Wrexham have certainly settled and should be ahead. Here's Dobson. James. Nice touch from Barnett. Now he can get his cross in. Turned away by Kwashi. Now Robinson. Young striker who's been given plenty of faith by the new manager, Will Still. On the ball here, Jay Robinson. Only 18, but he's shown up well in pre-season to get his start. Southampton academy product, Robinson, who's playing on the left side of the attack. Here's Fraser. Here is Robinson. Chance to run at that Wrexham defence. Dobson trying to help Cleworth. And he just doubled up on Robinson there. One back well, though, by Fraser. Decent cross. Edwards. Downs. Kwashi. Stevens to Downs. Kwashi. Just 21 years old, the new signing from Hoffenheim, Joshua Kwashi. Dobson. Looks long for Moore. Stevens in charge of that situation. Edwards. Sugawara. Armstrong looking to get involved in the game for the first time. Breaks kindly here for Downs. No foul, says the referee. So he just seemed to halt for both sides for a split second or two. In by Fraser. Armstrong claiming he was pushed as Robinson heads behind. Adam Armstrong certainly thought he felt a hand in the back here. Players of both sides were expecting a free kick to be given there, I think. Referee waved it on. Fraser's ball was decent. Down went Armstrong, but it was ambitious. The appeal for a penalty. Interesting to see how Robinson fares. Rookie. Big boost to his confidence to start on the opening day, the 18-year-old. Armstrong in bravely. Robinson for Charles. And Wellington, and the Brazilian hits the side netting. Really good offer, though, from the left back. Nice Southampton move. All stemmed from the bravery of Adam Armstrong to win that header. And then they quickly released Shea Charles, who fed the overlapping run from Wellington. Couldn't beat Danny Ward at his near post. Joined last January, Wellington, the Brazilian from Sao Paulo. Nice touch from Moore. This is Windass. Can go for the shot here. And off the top of the bar, Josh Windass. We've seen him score some spectacular goals in his career. And after another here, just backed off, didn't they, Southampton? They invited the shot. Goalkeeper Bazunu was beaten. But the crossbar saving Southampton. Wellington does well to evade two. This is Downs. Space opening up for Yuki Sugawara. Fraser. Now Edwards. Downs. Kwashi. Stevens. Edwards. Fraser. Phil Parkinson will be happier of the two managers at this moment in time. His side have twice been close to taking the lead. A few notes already been written down by the new Southampton boss, Will Still. Edwards. Loose one from Downs. Pleasing start for that man. Sort of club, Wrexham, in their dramatic rise up the pyramid with those 3 successive promotions, but don't mind being written off. If you say to Wrexham, can't do, they'll stick their chests out, heads up, and say, well, just wait and see. And it would be fanciful to think they could have a 4th successive promotion, but nothing's impossible, but highly unlikely, you would say. Don't even think Phil Parkinson's expecting that, or indeed the Hollywood owners, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. They're backing their profiles. I've seen Wrexham garner a lot of attention around the world, really. It's been quite a story. Given away by Kwashi. Very much a new look Wrexham, though, isn't it, with 6 of their 8 summer signings starting, including the goalkeeper. But to see Wrexham play without the likes of Paul Mullin, Elliot Lee, Ollie Palmer seems somewhat strange. I'm sure we'll get used to it sooner rather than later, but let's not write off those 3. Paul Mullin has left. Ollie Palmer and Elliot Lee are still at the club, but likely, I'm hearing, to leave before the end of the transfer window. But wonderful servants, all 3, to Wrexham FC. Stevens just having to make sure he got there ahead of O'Brien. Edwards buying himself time. Fraser. Looking for the run of Sugawara. Kakachi in trouble momentarily. New Zealand international. This is Charles. And the shot repelled by Ward. Decent try by Robinson. Has another bite. And Downs! And the deflection is kind to Wrexham. but take nothing away from the block. It was bodies on the line here for Wrexham. Kakechi in trouble here against Robinson. Ward dealing with the first effort from Robinson. I think it was Connor Cody who deflected that wide. It could easily have sped into his own net, and Southampton have their first corner. Taken by Sugawara. Southampton fans a little disappointed Wellington went back to the goalkeeper. I don't think the manager was too pleased about that on the touchline. In goes Armstrong. She's too high, but he found space in between the two defenders there, Adam Armstrong. A little bit lower here, and he was in. Southampton had a pretty good pre-season. Spent some time out in Spain. Last Saturday they drew 2-2 with Premier League Brighton. Wrexham 4 defeats in 5 pre-season games. It's been a lively start for Wellington. He's been able to get forward on a few occasions, the Southampton left back. Here's Kiefer Moore. Flag stays down. Has he got the pace to get in there? It's Kiefer Moore. And the referee says penalty. Ronnie Edwards protests. But referee James Bell not in any doubt at all that it was a push in the back of Kiefer Moore. Released here by Windass. The flag stayed down from Matthew Smith, the assistant referee on the far side. No VAR in the Championship, of course. The referee saw enough in that challenge from Edwards. There, little push. Not sure he needed to do that. Captain Jack Stevens was along in support of Edwards there. But you can understand why Kiefer Moore went down under the challenge. And Wrexham have the chance to take the lead at St Mary's. Windass against Gavin Bazunu. 3,000 Wrexham fans hold their breath. Josh Windass on his Wrexham debut. Scores on his debut. A proven goal scorer at Championship level. 13 with Sheffield Wednesday last season. 1 and counting for Wrexham. Kiefer Moore winning the penalty. His strike partner Windass scoring the penalty. And Ronnie Edwards thinking back to that injudicious challenge, really, the push into the back of Kiefer Moore. Not required, I don't think. And Bazunu guessing the right way, but just out of his reach. Calm, composed penalty from Windass. You can see Jack Stevens coming across to engage Kiefer Moore there. It was panicky defending from Edwards, costly for Southampton. But you've got to say that Wrexham deserve their lead. Connor Cody missed a gilt-edged opportunity early in the first half from point-blank range. Windass hit the top of the bar. And will still Southampton reign, not getting off to a good start at the moment. Here's Downs. Sugawara. Good challenge coming in from Brunt. He pressurises Edwards into the mistake. And here's Dobson. Barnett. Dobson on his outside. Straight into the grateful gloves of Gavin Bazunu. So many of these Southampton starters were players who rather got used to losing in the Premier League last season, and you wonder what going behind here to Championship newcomers Wrexham will do for the confidence. I feel it's really important for Southampton to hit the ground running under their new manager Will Still. Just over a quarter of the game gone, they're behind. Foul, yellow card here. Cleworth just got Fox there by Robinson. And a yellow card for Max Cleworth. Referee with no option but to produce the yellow for that. Wrexham fans really making themselves heard here at St Mary's. Southampton won only 2 of their 38 Premier League games last season. 1 home, 1 away, and that miserable tally of 12 points. Ward, no chances there. Stevens. Fraser. Edwards. Kwashi. Should be the goalkeepers. No problems for the experienced Danny Ward. Summer signing from Leicester, who's actually born in Wrexham. 13.5 years away. Joined Liverpool when he's 19, the Wrexham goalkeeper. But they're a happy bunch in that part of St Mary's. A team who are very much, in contrast to Southampton, used to winning. Barnett. Forward by Matty James, and into the pocket here. Windass, poor marking by Southampton. But eventually the flag's gone up against Windass. Just for a moment, the Southampton defenders weren't sure whether that flag was arriving. Sugawara. Stevens. Charles. Now Kwashi. Wellington. Taken on by Shea Charles. No foul. Given away, rather, by Dobson. This is Downs. Edwards. Kwashi. Fed in by Wellington. Header only partially away by Cody. There's a push though on Dobson. And Southampton can't get Adam Armstrong into the game at the moment. Their frontline striker has barely had a kick so far in 28 first half minutes. He'll be frustrated naturally with that, and will want the picture changing soon, as will he. Free kick to Wrexham. Kiefer Moore so powerful in the air. He's a handful to Edwards here. That's another pull back by Ronnie Edwards. Again, somewhat panicky defending. Looks nervous. Lewis O'Brien will settle over this set piece. In by O'Brien, free header, and over the top. Another chance for Wrexham. There's no flag here, and rightly so. There was no offside there. And a wonderful opportunity, should score. It's a big miss by Lewis Brunt. Another let-off for Southampton, who could be 2-3 goals down by now. Lewis O'Brien fouled by Downs, and probably on his last warning now. Phil Parkinson's asking, saying that's 2-3 fouls by Downs in the first half. Where's the yellow card? Referee James Bell did not reach into his pocket, despite the protests on the touchline from Parkinson to fourth official Tom Neild. And I think Parkinson's going to be spoken to here for his protests. But he was asking why Flynn Downs wasn't booked for that. Now it's Parkinson who sees the yellow card. Might not be his last this season. Always a voice and a presence you can feel on the touchline. But he'll be thrilled with the way his side are playing. The only disappointment for Parkinson and company is that Wrexham aren't at least 2-0 up, if not 3. Up goes Downs, wins the header well. He'll just have to keep his counsel from here on in. Wouldn't want to be sent off on his first day in the Championship with Wrexham. Drops nicely here for Ryan Fraser. Downs looking to get there. Was turned clear by Cleworth. Back comes Southampton. Ryan Fraser up against Liberato Kakachi, and Fraser climbing all over the Wrexham new signing. A very interesting acquisition for Wrexham with their busy transfer window. The New Zealand international left back Liberato Kakachi was brought in from the Serie A club Empoli. Nice layoff from Windass. Dobson looking for Barnett. Kwashi is there. And the free kick against George Dobson, taken quickly by Southampton. Down goes Robinson. Referee took up an excellent position and said play on. I think that was the right call from James Bell. O'Brien looking for the run of Kakachi. Sugawara wins the foot race. And that's a foul by Brunt. A little over 10 minutes left of a frantic first half in which Wrexham have had much the better of it and are not flattered in the least with their lead. It's good work from Armstrong. Sloppy play from Cleworth. Armstrong trying to set up Robinson. It took too long to make up his mind to get a shot away. Not going to get that amount of time, Jay Robinson. After excellent work from Armstrong. High balls like that to a very small front line. Fraser and Armstrong, the two closest Southampton players to the high ball, are never going to win those. They need service to feet. Robinson. Fraser. Robinson. Stevens. Edwards. It's good pressing from Wrexham. Joshua Kwashi. Wellington. Coming from an offside position there, Armstrong. Just can't get it going in the final third. Southampton. Very little for Danny Ward to do so far in this match. Just one save from Jay Robinson. Fairly comfortable one at that. Kakachi wins the Wrexham throw. New Zealand international takes that throw. He's got a New Zealand mother, an Italian father. Sugawara will see this out, I think. No problem. Kwashi. Not the best of passes. Picked up here by Barnett. Run back well by Charles. Robinson. Opens the play out nicely for Yuki Sugawara. Flynn Downs. Wellington. Charles. Downs. On the turn, Armstrong. Straight at Ward. Really good swivel and turn. So quick to get his shot away here, Adam Armstrong. Fortunately for Wrexham, it's straight at goalkeeper Danny Ward. And it was a chance. Southampton's clearest so far. Nice reception of the ball there from Armstrong. Robinson. Charles. Edwards. No foul. Hardly any claims from the Southampton players, more from the fans, but they're still on the front foot here. Wellington. Southampton supporters are baying for free kick after free kick here. The referees allowing the play to flow, but they're not happy, the home faithful. They're seeing something that referee James Bell isn't, but they get one there, and ironic cheers for our match official. 5 minutes left of a hectic first half. That certainly wasn't a foul. Marty James' challenge on Jay Robinson. First opportunity really for carving the earlier corner for Jack Stevens and Ronnie Edwards to put their presence and Kwashi into that Wrexham penalty area. Real crowd scene around the goalkeeper Ward. Sugawara will take the free kick. He's going to have to come through the crowd, Ward, if he feels he has to. Situations like this, sometimes the ball can fly straight in from the free kick taker. It's well defended, comfortably defended by Wrexham and Cleworth. Downs. Closed down well. Maybe a counter-attack on here for Wrexham if they can keep it moving. Out of the reach of Kakachi. Bit of time and space here for the Brazilian Wellington. Robinson. Should travel through. Goalkeeper couldn't get there. Now really alert there. Ryan Fraser looked like Danny Ward was going to be favourite to get to this. But Fraser had other ideas. Southampton have got a corner. And it needed saving by Danny Ward. Sugawara's corner. Edwards trying to head it goalwards. Kept in by Stevens. He wins the throw. Southampton fans' first view of a potential long throw here for the new boy Joshua Kwashi. And let's see what he's got behind this. Away by Kiefer Moore. Stevens, Edwards, Sugawara, Edwards. It's good pressing from Wrexham. Phil Parkinson will be delighted with the way his side have pressed from the front. Often they've turned Southampton back towards goalkeeper Bazunu, forcing him into the long ball forward there for Armstrong, dealt with easily by Cody. Won't be a great deal of time to be added on. Not had any injuries to speak of. It might be the final play of the half, this. Another Kwashi long throw incoming. First one reached the corner of the 6-yard box. It's pretty much where most of the players in there are positioned. A little deeper, this one. Again, Wrexham defend it well. Now we do have a stoppage just as we're reaching the 45th minute mark. Windus taking one in the head there. The referee immediately, as he must, stopping play. Actually, it wasn't in the head. It was painful nonetheless for Windus. Well, when he put his head on the pillow to go to sleep last night, this will be pretty much the first half he would have hoped for. In contrast, Will Still's start as the new boss of Southampton has not gone very well. Yes, his side have had some moments in this first half, but they've been second best for much of it. I mean, they've had plenty of the ball, but it took a long time to really test Danny Ward in the Wrexham goal. And by that time, the first occasion they did so, as well as the successful penalty for Windus, Phil Parkinson could easily have seen his side score a couple more. Windus hitting the top of the bar and Cody missing a glorious chance from point-blank range. And let's not forget that Lewis Brunt header that really he should have put on target. He headed over the bar. Free header from a free kick. So Windus will be okay to resume, and we'll just have a few more seconds to play before the referee blows for half-time. Just enough time maybe for Southampton to get level before the break. Shea Charles. Sugawara. Edwards. In by Stevens. Tasty ball. Oh, he's so unlucky there. Jay Robinson met that superbly. Came back off the post, and Armstrong couldn't prop it on the rebound. Have a look at this. Wonderful attempt from Robinson. And then Armstrong denied by Cody on the line. Dramatic action right at the close of the first half here. Cody to the rescue. Robinson so unlucky. Time enough for the corner. Sugawara to deliver. Appeals for handball. Referee says no. And Wrexham may have done enough to preserve a half-time lead here now. Referee finding a little bit extra in the 49th minute now. Way by Brunt. O'Brien. Nice pass. Kakachi. Onside. Kiefer Moore. Similar position from when he won the penalty. This time crashes across. And the referee will blow for half-time now to frustrate Wrexham, who'd won the corner there after the good run here from Kiefer Moore. Oh, what a first half. Plenty of talking points. But moments ago at the other end, Jay Robinson hit the post, and from the rebound, a goal-bound shot from Adam Armstrong cleared off the line from Connor Cody, who missed a great chance to score for Wrexham. One of the new signings in the first half. Windass hit the bar, but he did score the penalty in the 22nd minute, won by Kiefer Moore. Lewis Brunt headed a good chance over the top. Saves for Ward from Robinson, Armstrong and Fraser. Only one goal, there could have been many more. St Mary's at the break in the Championship. Southampton 0, Wrexham 1. St Mary's Stadium just about ready for the second half of first game of a brand new season for Southampton following that disastrous Premier League season. Now back in the second tier, and Wrexham, who are looking for a fourth successive promotion lead through Josh Windus's 22nd minute penalty, calmly put away after Ronnie Edwards' foul on Kiefer Moore. Moore and Windus already showing that their partnership could be very fruitful for Wrexham this season. Linked up very well on several occasions in that first half. Sometimes statistics in matches can be deceiving. You look at it and you think Southampton had 13 attempts, 4 on target. Wrexham had 5 attempts, 1 on target. And yet Wrexham do deserve their lead, because despite the fact they only had 1 attempt on target, the successful penalty from Windus, Connor Cody and Lewis Brunt missed glorious chances which they should have scored from, and Windus hit the top of the bar with another effort. So they could have had at least 3 goals in the first half, Wrexham. Southampton had 70% possession in that first half. It's what you do with it, not how much you have of the ball, and they need to do more. Will Still's side. Windus. He was fouled. "31 years old now, Josh Windus. I fancy he's going to be a real favourite amongst the Wrexham fans this season. Got a lot of strikers. Phil Parkinson, as Windus is offside. Sam Smith, who came in the second half of last season, he's missed a lot of pre-season. He is on the bench today, but not fully fit to start. He'll have a part to play in attack for Wrexham this season, as will the veteran Jay Rodriguez. They've got Jack Marriott as well. Neither of those players available today. Rodriguez is injured, so they won't be short on strikers. As Southampton play their way through nicely, and they're claiming handball here. Referee James Bell is turned aside from the Southampton claims. Shea Charles leading them. Let's have a look. Did it strike a Wrexham arm here? Yes, Cleworth. And his arm's away from his body. And Wrexham are very fortunate to escape that. Referee's view of it masked, I think. If we'd had VAR, you'd have been looking at his monitor, James Bell. Big let off that for Wrexham. Lovely crossfield pass, header back into the danger area and wide by Armstrong. Good start to the second half from Southampton. They need it. But Wrexham will be breathing a sigh of relief, having escaped that strong penalty claim. Not often you get away with those, but I don't think the referee had the best view. Will Still having a word with the fourth official, Tom Neild, about that decision. Stevens. Edwards. Wellington. Time here for Ronnie Edwards. There's that good high press again. Lewis O'Brien leading it. And this is Kiefer Moore. O'Brien inside. Moore doing it alone for now. And runs into a strong challenge, and he certainly felt that, Kiefer Moore. That's a worrying sign as Kiefer Moore stayed down after that block challenge. This is Shea Charles for Southampton. And Wellington's poor ball forward, that's a waste. And Kiefer Moore will need some attention here. He's not really moved since that 50-50 challenge. May just have jarred his ankle here. Challenge just caught the top of his foot there and just bent his foot back. Maybe asked a question or two of the ligaments there of Kiefer Moore's ankle. He's had an excellent debut. And Wrexham can ill afford to lose him at this stage. But he's in pain, you can see that. Ryan Hardy, Sam Smith would be potential replacements if Moore is unable to continue, as Will Still and his staff chew over one or two issues. But they've had a good start, Southampton, to the second half, something they required, and should have had a penalty. Time for a few of these Southampton substitutes to get themselves a warm-up. Includes USA international Damien Downs, brought in the summer from German club Cologne. Cameron Archer on the bench, Ross Stewart. They've got plenty of attacking strength in reserve, Southampton. Ben Brereton Diaz, another Southampton substitute today. Kiefer Moore is still flexing that ankle on the touchline. Here's Ryan Hardy. He'll be itching to make his debut. Wellington. Looks as though Moore is going to return. Stevens. Edwards. Sugawara looking for some movement. As we see movement on the substitutes bench for Wrexham, and it's Sam Smith who looks as though he is going to replace Kiefer Moore, who I think wanted to get back on, but I'm not sure they're going to risk that problem with his ankle. This is Robinson for Southampton. Fraser. Sugawara. Stevens. Wellington. Robinson. There's no quality in the cross from Jay Robinson. It's comfortable for Danny Ward. Windass unable to control that, so the substitution will come. Kiefer Moore not in any fit state to continue, so on comes Sam Smith, who's short of a little bit of fitness, having missed a lot of pre-season. Striker signed last January, and he did well. He got 7 goals to help Wrexham to promotion in the second half of last season. Southampton looking to keep a momentum. Robinson. Header is comfortable for Ward. It's a decent chance though for Shea Charles. Smith on the charge, and Kwashi able to find the back pass. Wellington. Downs. Edwards. Kwashi. Stevens. Now Sugawara. Edwards has made his way forward from the back. It's a loose one from Sugawara. Ten minutes gone in the second half. Southampton have been the better side since the break, but no breakthrough yet for Will Still. Ball over the top, a little bit caught by that, Southampton. This is Sam Smith, great recovery from Stevens, but they wanted the offside flag, Southampton. It didn't arrive, but how well did Stevens do to get back here to prevent any damage from the substitute Sam Smith. He made up a lot of ground here, Stevens. Perfectly timed challenge, but it is a Wrexham corner. Wrexham captain Matty James to deliver. It's over the head of Cody. Pharmacy out for the Southampton goal kick. Well, so far so good for Wrexham. Their first game in England's second tier since 1982. Their first league game. And their last league win in the city of Southampton came way back in 1958 at the old Dell Stadium. It's only the fifth ever league meeting between these two teams. First in any competition since the League Cup tie back in 1979. Now then, a little bit of space for Armstrong. Well, he gets his shot away, but it was decent defending from Brunt. He just got caught initially by the movement from Armstrong, but he covered the ground well in the end, did Brunt. And he was able to make sure that there was no telling shot in the end from Armstrong. Difficult chance. Kwashi. Foul by Dobson on Charles. Will Still is going to turn to his substitutes bench. It's going to be a double change at least, I think, for Southampton. There's plenty of movement on their bench. Going to be changes in the forward areas to try and bring around the recovery, and the changes can happen now. So Matías Fernandez, who's been linked with a move away. Sugawara is coming off. Fernandes, the 21-year-old Portuguese midfielder. Second season at Southampton, but it's been a lot of talk in the summer that he'd be leaving. Otherwise, he'd have been a starter for this one. And it's Adam Armstrong who's also going to make way. And there's a debut for 21-year-old Damien Downs. £7 million signing. Southampton fans keen to see what he is going to bring. 5 senior caps to the USA. He was also capped at under-20 level by Germany. He's a German mother, American father. He was playing in the Bundesliga 2 last season with Cologne. Didn't take up playing the game until he was 9 years old, Damien Downs. Born in Germany, Fernandes, the Portuguese player whose long-term stay at Southampton, as I mentioned, is certainly in doubt right now. There's plenty of suitors for him before the transfer window shuts on the 1st of September. Downs, the other substitute who came on, was born in Germany, but as a 1-year-old the family moved to Texas. Eventually he moved back to Germany and did pretty well in his time at Cologne. Will still thrown on. 2 players who we hope will turn this game around. There's still plenty of time to do it, just beyond the hour mark. Referee patience being tested here by Danny Ward. Here's Downs. Breaks kindly here for Shea Charles. And this little drop of the shoulder away from Dobson. Barnett. Plenty of time here for Joshua Kwashi. No Taylor Harwood-Bellis, incidentally, in the Southampton squad today. He's started the season with an ankle injury. Tyler Dibbling, who caught the eye of any Southampton player in the Premier League last season, that miserable campaign. But Dibbling certainly caught the eye, and he's strongly linked, and has been all summer, with Everton, who've made 3 bids that have all been rejected so far by Southampton. The latest, we understand, £40 million plus £5 million in add-ons. But everybody expects Dibbling to move to the Premier League sometime soon, probably eventually to Everton. Although there are, I understand, other interested parties. Here's Charles. Kwashi. A lot of room on the Southampton right here. Edwards. Fernandes just poking that out here to Wellington. Plenty forward here for Southampton. Fernandes, Wellington. Was there a push in there? Southampton fans, rather than players, were beseeching the referee to give a penalty. I don't think there was enough in it. James Bell, the referee, certainly didn't think so. This is Stevens. Fraser to Kwashi. Fraser. Just looking for a bit of possession now, Wrexham. They can't get it. They're being pushed back. Wellington. Robinson. Southampton fans re-energised, suggesting that they might have an equaliser in them soon. Charles. Space again on that Southampton right, but they go centrally, and that's a very difficult pass to produce. Needed to go wide there for for Southampton. They went down a rather congested middle. We're seeing very little of Wrexham at the moment in attack, but preserving their 1-0 lead after an excellent first half from Phil Parkinson's side, and they could have scored 3 or 4 goals. Stolen well by Downs. Fernandez caught. Stevens. Given away rather cheaply there by Southampton. This is George Dobson for Wrexham. Foul on Windass. Matty James stands over the Wrexham free kick. Just waits for 1 or 2 of the defenders to get into position. Edwards prevents the corner. This is Kakachi. 25 minutes to go, a little less than that, plus stoppage time. Would be a wonderful start to Wrexham's life in the Championship if they could hang on to the lead. Downs, given away to O'Brien. Kakachi, looking for the run of Smith. And Kwashi matching him for pace without muscling Smith shoulder to shoulder. Robinson. Charles. Fraser. Wellington. This is Jay Robinson. Tries to get away from Barney. He's done really well and puts the shot straight down the throat of Danny Ward. But the 18-year-old did very well to engineer the chance. Real tight area here. Good balance. Didn't really test Danny Ward enough in that Wrexham goal. Reached the 3-quarter mark at St Mary's. Still Dean Windass's first half penalty the difference. Josh Windass. Do keep calling him his father's name, I beg your pardon for that. Josh Windass with the goal. Wellington. Fernandez. Wasn't a bad effort. Not sure it was creeping in, but Danny Ward taking no chances. It's a good effort this from Mateus Fernandez. Will Still's debut in English football as a manager still not going the way he hoped. It's been a remarkable turnaround of managers in the Championship. Of the 18 clubs who were in the Championship last season, only one of those 18 teams who are in the Championship again this season retain the same manager from August 2024. Shows what a precarious role it is. The only manager that stays in place since then, Portsmouth's John Mousinho. Edwards. This is Shea Charles. Wellington. Now Flynn Downs. It's backs to the wall mainly here now for Wrexham. Oh, it's too close. Uncomfortable for Danny Ward. Wrexham with an issue. Several players down. Looks like a spot of cramp for Connor Cody. It's not unusual to see players in the early weeks of the season going down with little strains, and the body's not yet up to full match fitness, despite the hard work in pre-season. Wrexham are going to turn to their substitutes bench for the first time today. We're going to see Ryan Hardy and also Ryan Longman and also Ryan Manning. It's all the Ryans arriving at once. Ryan Manning for Wellington will be the switch for Southampton at left back, like for like. We're going to see Cameron Archer as well. I wonder if that means the end for Jay Robinson. No, Flynn Downs makes way for Cameron Archer. So it's an attacking switch that from Will Still. Bringing on another striker in Archer. And here are the changes. Josh Windass is off and Ryan Hardy comes on for his Wrexham debut. The summer signing from Plymouth Argyle in double figures for each of the last 4 of his seasons, Ryan Hardy. So he'll be another excellent striker option for Phil Parkinson this season. Ryan Longman, the other player coming on for Wrexham. And he has replaced Ryan Barnett. Another like-for-like change there for Wrexham. First touch for Manning, excellent cross, turned aside by Hardy for Southampton corner. Referee just delaying the taking of this corner, making sure all is well in there. It's Cameron Archer who's looking to block the route of goalkeeper Ward to come for this. Manning's in-swinging corner. And the header from Stevens, safely pouched by Ward. Didn't quite get enough power or the right direction on this, the Southampton captain, Stevens. First involvement for Longman. Nobody policed at the far post for Wrexham. O'Brien. It's a foul by Fernandez. He knew what was coming there, Lewis O'Brien. Got exactly what he wanted. Here's Manning. Quarter of an hour to go, plus stoppage time. No win in the last 14 home league games for Southampton. It could get worse for them now. It's Lewis O'Brien. Can he make it two? No, Stevens denies it. Well, he was trying to take it across Jack Stevens there, Lewis O'Brien, trying to engineer the contact. And Stevens did really well not to foul O'Brien. A lesson for Ronnie Edwards, whose panicky defending brought the first half successful penalty for Wrexham. They're asking for another still for Stevens' challenge here on O'Brien. But the Southampton captain did really well. Had to make up a lot of ground. There, a little look over the shoulder from O'Brien. He wants to go across Stevens and draw the foul there. But Stevens resisted it. There was a real temptation for Stevens to dive in there, but he did brilliantly. And not enough in the challenge on O'Brien, said referee James Bell. Good-looking cross. This time it's Southampton's turn to shout for the penalty. Once again, the referee is unmoved. Well, let's see if there's much in this. Yes, shirt pulling on Kouachi, missed. Southampton had an early second half penalty shout turned down. Handball against Max Cleworth. And that was very fortunate there. Again for Wrexham. Sam Smith pulling the shirt there of Kouachi, unseen by the officials. I remind you, no VAR in the Championship. Two good penalty shouts there for Southampton in the second half. Both these sides are in Carabao Cup first round action this coming Tuesday. Wrexham at home to Hull. Southampton will play Northampton in that Carabao Cup first round. Will Still's next Championship fixtures to see out August. Away to Ipswich, home to Stoke, away at Watford. Not an easy beginning. After the Hull Carabao Cup tie for Wrexham on Tuesday, they've got home games against West Bromwich Albion, trouble Sheffield Wednesday, and they finish August with a trip to Millwall. Remarkable, they still only had one goal in this game. As Ronnie Edwards comes off, it's another attacking change for Southampton as the Scottish international Ross Stewart comes on. Never really got his Southampton career going yet after a long injury absence in his time at Sunderland, where he was scoring goals for fun. Ross Stewart, nasty Achilles injury kept him out for a long time, and when he is fit, it's no doubt he'll score goals at this level. It's all about staying fit and playing regularly. A lot of competition for places at the top end of the pitch for Southampton this season. Here's Manning. Stewart with the ball in, almost dropped there for Jay Robinson. Hinkie and Downs rather got in one another's way there as we step into the final 10 minutes. Plus, of course, time to be added on. We saw a couple of long throws from Kwashi in the first half. Gestures for the crowd to lift the noise as Captain Stevens comes forward. Hurled in then by Kwashi. Still work to do here at the back for Wrexham. Now looking for a counter-attack maybe. Stopped at source. Here's Manning. Charles. Lacking a partner at the moment, Shea Charles. Can he win the corner? The ball miraculously stayed in. Plenty of time and space here for Joshua Kwashi. Manning. Looking for Ross Stewart. Taken off his head. It's important to head over there, won by Lewis Brunt for Wrexham. Southampton come back again. Ward able to gather that with ease. He won't be in any hurry to release, although there is the law now. The goalkeeper has the ball in his hands. 8-second rule. The goalkeeper must release the ball no more than 8 seconds of having it in his hands, otherwise the goalkeeper is penalised and the opposition are given a corner. Charles. Fernandez. Manning. It's going to break almost for Southampton. Lewis O'Brien getting a foot in there for Wrexham. Throw has to be taken from the right position as Kakachi has gone down, looking like cramp. Southampton fans, one or two of the players, one or two of the Southampton staff suggesting that perhaps this is a little bit of gamesmanship from Wrexham to run the clock down. Will still getting frustrated. Kakachi, his race is run. New Zealand international on his debut. He's played well. James McLean, the vastly experienced 36-year-old McLean, who was captaining Wrexham last season, comes on for the remaining minutes. Over 100 caps for the Republic of Ireland, and drops in that left-back position, left wing-back, as Wrexham use 3 centre-backs, wing-backs, and have done regularly under Phil Parkinson. Stewart. Ross Stewart wins the throw. Once again, it's going to be Kwashi to deliver this long. You have to say, given those penalty decisions that went against Southampton, that they would deserve to get an equaliser. They won't get it there. Safe hands from Ward. Here's Stewart. Longman. Happy to see a Wrexham player on the end of that. Miscue from Longman there. Foul by Lewis O'Brien. Southampton happy to hear the whistle there. Free kick taken quickly to Ryan Manning. Drops for Fraser. It's not a particularly good header from Robinson. Couldn't really time that. He's had a good game though, the 18-year-old. He's looked very promising. Started ahead of a number of more experienced players. Well, most of them are when you're just 18, but Will still saw enough in pre-season to give Robinson his start today. Just one of the new summer signings did make the starting 11. His first selection, that was Kwashi. Mentioned earlier, 14 home league games without a win for Southampton, and now they're in trouble at the back. And it was almost to Ryan Hardy, nearly joining Josh Windass as a debut goal scorer for Wrexham. It was the new boy Kwashi in all sorts of trouble here at the back, and Ryan Hardy was in. And it's a save, and a really good one from Gavin Bazunu, as that was on target. Didn't really catch it cleanly, Hardy, but it was going in, but for Bazunu's touch. Stays 1-0, corner Wrexham. 88th minute. "3,000 Wrexham fans urging their side to victory here. O'Brien will take the corner. Into a good area. It's well defended by Kwashi. Back out with O'Brien. Dobson. It'll be a goal kick to Southampton. Time is not on Saints' side. Stevens. Fernandez. All very congested there as far as Southampton are concerned, but it's a free kick. Foul by Dobson on Charles. Still time here for Southampton to find an equaliser. This is a game that could easily have produced 5-6 goals. Amazing, we've got to almost minute number 90 with just one. A penalty scored by Josh Windass in the first half on his debut. It's a long way out here, all of 30 metres for Ryan Manning. Needs something special to score from this range. Can he test Danny Ward? It's Manning! Oh, it's special! Well, I said it would need something in the special variety. Fire that one right in there. Substitute Ryan Manning with a peach of a free kick. And it was all of 30 metres out. Goalkeeper knows where it's going, but it's so well struck, he's never getting there. Outstanding. Just wondering if you could criticise the goalkeeper for giving Manning a little bit too much room in that side. But take nothing away from the quality of delivery, and Will still punches the air. And is no doubt very relieved that his side might just pinch a point now. As we step into added on time, there'll be a fair amount of it, I would think. There's been a lot of substitutions, some stoppages for injury. I wouldn't be surprised if we've got 5 or 6 minutes at least to be added on. Players getting a little animated with each other. Referee stepping in to keep some order. And having words with McLean and Stevens. Yellow card for James McLean. He'll not be short of those this season. I think he's a little unlucky there. It appeared to me that the opponent ran straight into him. The referee saw it differently. He's got the captain's armband as well since coming on, James McLean. Southampton fans urging their side now to a winner. What a turnaround this would be. Fernandez will take the free kick. Six Southampton players inside the penalty area, 3 hovering outside. Nervy moments for Wrexham. Flick on header. It'll reach Ross Stewart at the far post to corner. Almost into the 3rd minute of added on time. Ryan Manning with the corner kick. Just moments after scoring that wonderful free kick. Would be harsh on Wrexham if they were to concede now. Having put so much into this contest. A lot of promise for Phil Parkinson and his side going forward on this display. Away by Longman. So almost midway through the minimum of 6 additional minutes. It's all Southampton at the moment. Fernandez. Kwashi. Manning. Reaches Ross Stewart. Should be the goalkeepers. No problems for Danny Ward. Curtain raiser to the Championship was on Friday night. That finished in a 1-1 draw between newly promoted Birmingham and relegated Ipswich. A late equaliser for Ipswich in that game. Is there going to be a late sting in this one? Sam Smith with an ambitious attempt. Drifts harmlessly behind for the goal kick. Manning. Space here for Charles. They're very deep here, Wrexham. It's a corner off the head of McLean. As we prepare to tiptoe into the last 2 minutes of added on time. Just 1 win in the whole of the last Premier League season, Southampton. Can they start the Championship season with a win? Wrexham holding on for a point now. Manning will take the corner. Got a real presence in there, Southampton. And it rebounds wide. That could have easily tested Ward and the defenders on the goal line, but the ricochet favoured Wrexham here. Yeah, it came off the back of Ryan Fraser, goal kick. Danny Ward not in any hurry over the goal kick. Final 60 seconds approaching. Southampton have been a lot better in the second half, looked much more of a goal threat. They did draw saves out of Danny Ward in the first half, but all of them were comfortable. It was Wrexham who maybe will be left to rue their missed opportunities in the first half. They could have been 3-0 up at one stage in the first half. Glaring misses from Connor Cody and Lewis Brunt, aside from the successful penalty from Josh Windass. Jay Robinson hit the post in the first half for Southampton. Windass hit the bar in the first half for Wrexham. Connor Cody cleared off the line in the first half. But here's Manning, maybe to win it now. Oh, it's in! Would you believe it? Jack Stevens, the captain, with virtually the last kick. And Will Still's reign at Southampton begins in a positive manner, when for so long today they were up against it. He wears a smile. It's a smile of relief for the new boss at St Mary's. But it's the captain, Jack Stevens, to break Wrexham hearts. And it came late into the 96th minute. Phil Parkinson cannot believe it on the touchline. And Ryan Manning, who scored the equaliser with a sumptuous free kick, had a big part to play in this. Lovely touch off the chest, away from Longman. And the ball in, found Stevens, hunting at the far post, who gets to reward the captain for his adventure. And there surely won't be time for a Wrexham reply. Never say die attitude from Southampton. They have resurrected themselves here in the sunshine at St Mary's. "3,000 Wrexham fans preparing to head on the long journey back to North Wales, disappointed unless they can get something from this free kick. We're into the 98th minute. Danny Ward, the goalkeeper, to drive it forward. Got to win this, Wrexham. There's only seconds remaining. And Southampton have possession with Fernandes. Will be dealt with by McLean. And that's it. Will Still, with a roar, greets the final whistle and starts life as Southampton manager with a win. Just one win in the whole of the last Premier League season, but they begin with 3 points here thanks to captain Jack Stevens' 96th minute goal after after Ryan Manning had equalised. Two late goals for Southampton after Josh Windass had Wrexham 1-0 up, and deservedly 1-0 up at half-time. Manning in the 90th minute, Stevens 96. Dramatic finale. Southampton 2, Wrexham 1.